Monday, May 21st, and I'm just 0.3 miles from Clingmans Dome, and we'll hike to Newfound Gap today only. And then I'll spend the night at Smokey Mountain Angel Tina's house, and the two of us will be driving back to Franklin tomorrow, so I can get my permanent tooth. If you recall, I broke it a few weeks ago, so I have to go back and get a fake tooth tomorrow. And then Wednesday morning, I will start from Newfound Gap and start kicking it. I have to pick up my miles, pick up my pace, and keep heading north. I'll take as few 0 days as possible to try to catch up on the time and the miles. Took time off this weekend to go to trail days. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I've already posted a video that showed the adventures at trail days, which was a lot of fun. But anyway, just wanted to say good morning, and I will be back when I get to Clingman's Dome. I'm here, I've made it to the tower, so I'm gonna head up. I do not expect a good view because it's quite foggy, but I'm literally inside of a cloud, so maybe when I get up just a little taller, maybe I'll be able to see over it. I don't know if you can hear a baby, but he's not too happy about his sightseeing today. Heading up. I'm very happy to see that it's a ramp and not stairs. I dislike stairs lately, so this will be easy. It just kind of goes up. There. It's really cool to be on top of the tree line. Ah! It's neat to be right at the edge. There's not many trees taller than me right now. Looks like a fantastic Christmas tree farm, huh? Not the great view I was hoping for, but what I really like is they've got these maps. This is the southern view. I took a picture of the western view. So some show the mountains I've already climbed. So if you look here where it says Cheobald, that's where I was during the lightning storm that terrified me. So it's a little foggy. I can't really see it from here, which is a bummer, but I should be able to. I'm going to hang out just 5 minutes, see if the fog clears a little bit so I can get a better view. But over here at the western view, I'll get a snapshot of it. There's Cheobald again. I should be able to see right there, but it's just fog. That was one of the two terrifying moments so far on this trip. The other was the bear scare. Shuck Stack right there. And again, can't see it. That was one of the hardest days, one of the two hardest days so far of my trip, the 12 miles entering the Smoky Mountains. And the map says it's just a little bit off to the right-hand side, but it's hard to see. I do get a kick out of being on top of all the trees, even if the view's not so great. Alright, heading back down, back onto the trail, heading north, Newfound Gap. Back on the Appalachian Trail. Today I'm heading to Newfound Gap, where I'll meet Tina. Should take me about 5 hours, give or take, depending on how many pictures I take. I'll pass the 200-mile mark. Tomorrow I won't be able to hike, as I'll be at the dentist, but officially back on the trail Wednesday morning, where I will plan to walk hopefully 8 days before. I don't know if it's possible, but I'd like to go about at least 7 or 8 days before stepping off for another 0 day. We'll see if I can do it. The other day I met Tina at Double Spring Gap Shelter, which is 2.5 miles back, and we walked up to almost to this point where there was a bypass road near Clingman's Dome, and that's where we stepped off to go to trail days, and she dropped me right back off at that point today, so I don't miss one blaze of the trail. And if I wasn't going to the dentist tomorrow, I would continue to the right here, and maybe possibly go to Mount Collins shelter. I'm going to the right, and I am continuing on. However, I'm going to Newfound Gap. Mount Collins shelter is closed, along with many of the shelters in the Smoky Mountains because of aggressive bear activity. I'll get more into that maybe in a different video. I talk about human responsibility and leave no trace, and what people are doing wrong and what is being done right and so forth. But it is inconvenient. Smoky Mountains, some of the views have been the most beautiful. The smells I've noticed the most in this park. Between pine, I swear I smelled cedar. It's just different than it has been on the rest of the trail so far, and it's just beautiful. So I'm walking a little bit slow right now because I'm savoring the pine smell right now. It reminds me of home in New England. And I will pick up my pace in just a minute. I'm also anxiously waiting to pass the 200-mile marker. I believe it's in stone somewhere, little pebbles. So I want to make sure I don't pass that so I can get a little photo up and continue north. It should be a fairly easy day today. I can't believe that I neglected to mention that Clingmans Dome is the highest point on the Appalachian Trail. And I do believe it's the highest point in Tennessee. I'd have to double check that, but I believe that. And then Mount LeConte, I believe, comes in second, but the AT doesn't cross over that. According to my GPS, I'm 0.3 miles away from the 200-mile marker. And that's quite a milestone, quite an achievement. Over the weekend, I found myself saying that I'm only halfway through the Smokies. I'm just on mile 200. And what I meant by that is I should be much farther ahead by now if I want to make it to Maine by mid-October, when I'm risking terrible weather and the closing of Mount Katahdin. Look what I just did. Boom! Yay me! I will say that the Smoky Mountains, I think, are my favorite part so far, other than the first day actually starting this hike. But every time I turn around a corner, it looks different. It's amazing how I can be enclosed by pine trees, overwhelmed with the scent, and then there's a grassy area, and then there's moss, and then there's rhododendrons. It's so beautiful, and I wish that I could capture it here for you, but I can't. The camera just doesn't encompass all that I'm experiencing. The colors, the smell, the depth. I guess it's going to be worth the inconvenience of having shelters closed. And the issue with having shelters closed in the Smokies is that the rules are that through hikers have to stay in the shelters. We can't pitch our tent. The only exception would be if we arrive at a shelter and it's full, then we can pitch our tent right nearby, like right in that immediate vicinity. And that hasn't happened to me yet. I've slept in the shelters, but some of the shelters are closed because of not just bear activity, there's bears everywhere, but aggressive bear activity. As they become more acclimated to people, they're afraid of people, but they're smart. Their sense of smell is really astute, and they're visual creatures, and they see these brightly colored backpacks and food bags. And when we get to camp, we hoist our bear bags up into trees or on cables, and it's like little bear piñatas now. They know what's in there, so they're becoming more aggressive and more bold with humans. And there's been attacks on tents with and without people in them. So when that happens, they'll close a shelter and try to encourage the bears to forget about that area and move deeper into the woods before they'll reopen. But what that does to us is force us to either have a really short hiking day or a rather lengthy one. So I don't know exactly which shelters or which stretch, but I have to choose between a 6-mile day or a 20-mile day, and there's no in between. So that's the inconvenience here. I'll take it because it's absolutely beautiful. What I'm filming right now, not so much, kind of boring. So it was kind of dumb to pick up the camera now. I'll try to capture some of what I'm seeing as I go. It's almost haunting. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just think this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Even the dead trees. Life wraps around it. Look at that. Looks like an animal, like a buffalo or something. You hear the birds? If anyone can identify that, I'd love to know. And I'd love to see a picture of what I'm seeing, of what I'm hearing. If anyone knows what that bird is, then you can send me a picture. Of course I hear birds in my hometown, but I don't notice them with all the hustle and bustle of city life. They're calling and answering each other. Isn't that beautiful? And flies and bees are buzzing around. I keep saying damn flies, they're gnats and no-see-ums. But while I was in town for trail days, I bought more bug spray and I doused myself in it today, so they're not bothering me too much today. This is so wild. It just looks like this tree just lifted up its roots so I could walk through. He done fall down. But that would have covered the whole trail. You can see exactly how it would have fit. It's just uprooted. Thanks for moving for me. Poor thing. Those of you who are observant may have noted that I'm wearing a different color shirt today. It is a loaner shirt from my trail angel who dropped me off at the trailhead today, and she has agreed to just toss an outfit of mine into her laundry and take care of that. I guess I smelled pretty bad. Wearing the same thing day after day will do that to you. I want to thank Tina, our Smoky Mountain trail angel, for everything. Tina, I know you're watching this, or I assume you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking me into your family and shuttling me around, Mr. T and Ghost and I, bringing us to trail days, allowing me to stay at your home, get to know your daughter and your husband, dropping me at the trailhead and picking me up in a couple hours from now. I just want the world to know that you are a true trail angel. Smoky Mountain angel suits you well. Thank you, Tina. think we have the answer to that age-old question. Does the bear? Yes, he does. I'm about a mile before, maybe 1.4 miles before Newfound Gap. This wire fence is in place to keep wild hogs out of this area. Actually, here it is, beech forest enclosure. I don't know if you can read it. Well, hopefully their efforts have worked. Interesting little setup here. And that went back about a mile. About I think 1.3 miles. And I'm done for the day. Well, at the end of another beautiful day in the Smoky Mountains, I sure feel guilty saying I can't wait to get out of the Smokies. But it's not for the lack of beauty or the beautiful hiking. It's more the inconvenience of the shelters and the fact that I have a mental block. You know, if I can just get through the Smokies, then I can commit to the rest and just keep going. It's a brain game. But here we are at Newfound Gap. See if I can't find Tina. Whew. Oh, it's so beautiful out. The rain only drizzled, never really hit me. So, started at Clingmans Dome, only 7.9 miles today, plus the bypass road. So here I am, Newfound Gap.